Hello friends, welcome back to our next sessions of e-learning. So by using this module, we have completed all the syllabus of your pharma analysis, and I have conducted the three quiz based on the syllabus that we have covered. So in the next three lectures, we will try to discuss the questions. So in the first session of this lecture, I will discuss about the first quiz on chromatography. So let us begin with the first question. So the question was, in the chromatographic method, separation is based on, and the options were polarity, refractive index, partition coefficient, both option 1 and 3, and both option 1 and 2. So as we know, the chromatography is basically a separation technique, and separation is based on the different partition coefficient or the affinity of the molecules either towards stationary phase or towards mobile phase. So partition coefficient is one of the answer. Now look at the other two options, polarity and refractive index. So refractive index has no role in the separation. What about the polarity? As of course, the if the molecules are very polar or they are very non-polar, their relative affinity will change. So definitely the polarity will affect. So answer should be option 1 and option 3. So you should tick on option 1 and 3. So the right answer for the first question was polarity and partition coefficient. The next question, which of the following does not affect the efficiency of column? Here you have to read the question very carefully because I have asked you the factor which does not affect the efficiency of column. If you are able to recall our first chapter, factors affecting efficiency of column, so the options were particle size of stationary phase, dimensions of the column, column temperature, column packing, type of solvents used, and the last two options were none of the above and all of the above. So as we have studied that all these factors, this definitely affects the efficiency of column, because all these are belongs to the column, that is particle size of stationary phase, that column dimensions, column temperature, the type of packing, the types of solvents used. So the answer should be none of the above, because all these factors they will affect, and the questions was the factor which does not affect. So answer should be none of the above. Question 3, chromatographic method in which pressure is used to increase the flow of eluent. So flash chromatography is the answer, because in column chromatography we don't use pressure. In size exclusion chromatography we don't use pressure, and also in TLC the flow is against the gravity. So in above first 2 and 3 we don't use the pressure. And if you can remember the chapter flash chromatography, the answer is flash chromatography, because we use pressure to increase the flow rate. So the answer is D. Question 4, chromatographic method in which separation is based on the size of the molecule. So answer is gel permeation chromatography, because in column chromatography, TLC and flash chromatography, the size doesn't matter. So as if you can recall the gel permeation chromatography, which is also called as gel filtration chromatography, so the answer is gel filtration chromatography. Then next was chromatographic method in which separation is based on the charge of the molecule. So option 1 is not the answer. Gel permeation is have different principle. It is based on the size of the molecule. In flash chromatography we use the pressure. So the answer is ion exchange chromatography, because here the separation is based on the different charge of the stationary phase and the molecules to be get separated. So as we have seen cation exchange and anion exchange region, so naturally the answer is ion exchange chromatography. The next question was chromatographic method used for the separation of proteins is. So as we have seen in one of our previous videos, the proteins have some charge, and as the separation is based on charge, so definitely the answer will be ion exchange chromatography. So answer will not be column chromatography, gel permeation or flash chromatography. So as the separation here is based on the charge of the protein, so the answer is ion exchange chromatography. The next question was which chromatographic method is used for softening of hard water. So here also the different ions, they are getting separated based on their charge. So answer is, as I am talking about this separation of ions based on the charge, so the answer will be ion exchange chromatography. Here the separation will be based on the charge of the ion. So this is the answer. Now name the carrier gas used in GC. If you refer back to the PowerPoint, you will get the answer here. So some of the rare gases like nitrogen, helium, so it was expected to write down at least two gases. So the answer is nitrogen, helium, hydrogen. So we can refer back to the notes that I have given to you. Now the detectors used in GC, here it was expected write down at least 2 to 3 names of the detector that are used in GC. So we have seen thermal conductivity detector, flame ionization detector that we called as FID, TCD, flame photometer detector that is FPD, and electron capture detector. So answer could be TCD, FPD, ECD and FID. So you can write down the answers. You can refer back the PowerPoints and notes provided to you. Now name the types of column used in GC. So the simple answer was tubular column and capillary column, or you can further also classify that the PLOT, porous layer open tubular column, then wall coated open tubular column, and then you can write down the capillary column. So the answer was very simple in one line. Cation exchange agents are used to separate. So as we know, cations have positive charge and we want to exchange the cations, right? So it means what could. So as we, if you see this, we have seen in our earlier video, cation exchanger, they have negative charge. So it means what, they can be used to separate the positively charged ions, right? So I hope you have got your answer here. So the answer is positively charged ions, because cations will exchange the. Okay, now the next question was anion exchange resin. So answer is obviously negative charge ions. Then which method is ideal for the separation of compound up to gram quantities? So if you can recall, we have seen in flash chromatography, when you have to separate the larger quantities, we prefer the flash chromatography, because if you see the other options from the bottom, TLC is not the options, because we use very small sample in TLC. Also in GC we work on very microgram level, and gel permeation is based on the size of the molecule. So the answer is flash chromatography, because here the we use larger quantities of compounds. Now in reverse phase HPLC stationary phases, so this is the very famous or favorite question for every examiner, the reverse phase versus normal phase HPLC. So as we know, in reverse phase HPLC stationary phase is non-polar and mobile phase is polar. So the answer is here. And the opposite answer, in normal phase, stationary phase is polar. WCOT PLOT. WCOT is walled coated open tubular column, and PLOT is porous layer open tubular column. So these are types of column. So if you see here, the option 1 and 2 becomes nullified. Now we have to choose between option 3 and 4. So WCOT and PLOT, just now we have discussed few questions before. These are the types of columns used in GC. So answer is this one, C. Which detector is highly sensitive for the detection of compounds like halogens, quinone, peroxide and nitrides? So electrode, these are all are electronegatives, so they will have the capacity to withdraw or donate the electron. So the answer is electron capture detector. Then question 18. So dash is based upon the fact that heat loss from the filament depend upon the thermal conductivity of the stream of surrounding gas as well as its specific heat. So the question was very obvious. If you read the questions, you will actually get the answer, thermal conductivity detector, because this itself defines the principle of TCD. So answer is thermal conductivity detector. Now the 19th question, molecules of compounds which possesses an affinity for electrons differ in their electron absorbing capacities. This difference is utilized in detectors. So as we're talking about the electrons here, so naturally the answer is electron capture detector. Now the last question is, how can you define retention time? So in the beginning also we have seen the various definitions of retention time. So you can write in your own words. I will just state some of them. So it is the time taken for the solute to pass through the column, or we can also define it as the time from the injection to the detection, or you can also define the time interval of start of chromatogram to the peak maxima. So these are some of the definitions. So it is simply the time required for a solute molecule to pass through the column is the retention time. So this way we have finished this first quiz. Still some of you have not submitted the quiz, but now onwards the link is not open for the submission, and you will not be able to submit the response. So those students who have not submitted will definitely have to answer this. And as I told you earlier that the average of all three quiz will be considered in your internal examination. So those who have not submitted, still the other two quizzes are open for submission. So as soon as by today midnight, you have to submit all the quiz. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you still have any problem, you can ask me in the comment box. So in the next two videos I will post you the answers of the next two videos. So thank you, bye bye.